FM 99.9 ani Menbe Kering TV wale nyin sabalena atol mini alon ko alka safaro le ke fir fewon le balbudo alafta kabin kankula ning alnata home digital FM jamu kankular bundal te dami alon ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalon e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna ando manna da wala atul mini alon ko project ko bale bulo gambia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne modulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami alon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami alon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ise ku jama lonje ndelo dum mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kilomoti wala munna lo kankuoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220-734-3125. Hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsenna WhatsApp command nole plus 447771676-759. Wala Menbe Kering nka wole nyama andum fanan nka ke wole nyama. Badingolo kanyende fo watol belade nko julol siatale bare kamin fankumandi julola walla mo julolti nyina ya sabu jula finance limited inin kukuto le nata kalafaro ke la service ola nyin kamala ke la cliano lu dahandi wala faro wala mnyindi ko Afro Express Services be dawoda kabirin katon fokoina ni je dawoda ni atare kodo kiyana nin jula finance lela isa dunno jere yela kodo ta bare hansa ndorong ning wotalla ma fangola Guarantee Trust Bank be dawoda alsalla kodo tano jele Reliance Financial Services ani Easy Finance Limited mini yalon ko bale banko kan bare fanan tolu jula finance na kunda bale banko karo bele wala badi ngola a daha natale wala sign nali aje dorong Afro Express kabirin Westfield kata fokoina ali aje dawoda aldung ali alla jula finance kodota jula finance e kofana na lafta bank account odi yalla atral be bitimi rewde ali fero ke ani e kacha andum fana alila apolo jinde ali download nyinkam mala e se kodo kino wati diate ila moye Gambia jang bare manna da wala fana ni lafta credit kola nyen network on Menbe Gambia wala ni lafta cash power kila moye Gambia nka nyimbe kalele wala jula finance ntolo fana mu nyonta wonleti tonya banko julolu siatale bare julolu nyaton kolu wala mun tolti jila finance limited.
Mbadi unu mbadi lamelalu ani mbadi njibelalu ngalu konton al tonal konton na analu jamundan senu anal be wato mento ani albe dawda kalu bismillah kachato ninyin tembo sidadron menka bale alla lamar kunda bato menketa home digital fm jama ka kumandi su radio la brikama sado kono janto men yalon ko wolle fanambe jibirola ngalu bismillah na jibir kunda bato nenketa Menbe Kering television ro ala hawa kono ninyin tembo sida dron ka kachamen natale wole keta the special focus on the local government commission wole keta man secondary commission melon ka be kekan ka wole kere kanati pour nale dengala ka jibe nyofe kala mo nyofe ngana dengala nale kachala odo bi fanan be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala man saba man sa kallan kew ba danila sendema se nyin kachanyin sa damuta bismillahir rahmanir rahim sa kumfanin alhamdulillah rabbil alamin borom jazi
barka baki adam ka lamar lalin juber lal be konton ke bismillah koten ke alfansum programme to the people's commission focus on the local government commission ko nga lahidu no nyamen sibitol inshallah ni watol sita mbe commission on natilale mi aron ko wole be tamakan commission dum masakunda la londi ka juberke na masakunda ringol la ikatama nyandi le kabin 2018 kana fu 2023 mi ya commissioner nyin kumayandi fadera nyin no mol fon la commission ti ndal da fula jannen ko commissioner nata jande de tonya mota fula commission man kumaya bari commissioner mi alon ko mobe mu victim de bawo namo jolal la commissioner lo anu mota nyim bankon kam bukan namo cho so walatin abbe kumala be ngata seriously dalido famia sabu wolem ko dolka accessibility wolom pour mole chance to ka jube yalon be keri la banko ka koleata so wala na ngani option do nati saje ko namon soto jana soto no chan al sala mo radio to wala le a jube mfe online bari min bijere wolem ko ni wato be benale no west coast region le bari bi mbe kem le start la ha bi KMC
ko ya fonu nyame medam call soundale skeno minna nyato mun ko renke na ko skisro lo katara ke kan ni men ma wara do na no do ma drong skeno nyin lo kunna la ko renke but then
you never know
mete moment do undal ko renke ida KMC because ya dat no nala kilo ba ya dat no man so konko janjambure ye KM ma do manding inata west coast inata west coast lo bata je me bata je bar bi itara damento wala keta KM andum KM la finance director Dr. Aliou Keta keta modi melon ka telen CDRO ke bi obe kala finde melon ko bana la ban yaji be borom jasi ni nying CDRO jibe akamunta on tolla gambe jang hani londi tiyon ning men yalon ko man londo sodo dina administration wala ina maral nyala akamunta ko mugala fa jamfa bala nyola.
The thing is Ferreira kabring I have to introduce ko doctor Aliou Keta I have to do ko lal minto you know America you know bankolto blalto you know financial expert ku jamal so ndekom faya ko de nyuwode mashallah asake nyimbina la faya ka commissioner mako yi ka kodol bondi
nyoto
bi yara fang mimbe ko wala kas woto fadere nyemi tandere woroko yara fang nyim banku mimu gambeti yara fang tonya mbenu dinkole ko you know mbe dula dole datanu nga mansa konkonyul jubele nga dula dol jube ngompa ko mbe kawala inara west coast region nga wuro dati bari fe dara KM you know so akambe ko nyi banko bele beng nyin local councils mulkela namul jodameng nin ko namu jo amanke ko wo bitik ba tiolde amanke ko korda tiol nko wo muske baro minka si marché tonkonto ala boto fene wala ala fano fene aka namu jole nyino moti mi ko nama namojo council police ole na ya doyaje ya malundi dol fam fay kelipa
yala fon be fay
yela fengol busi bulu ka fay yara fa wo namol niwo jota mo dandane kasi min diate ka woleke utom ko waran ko mole ko nyinnon di people's commission di mbenga noma asen karandi nole ay nyaayelendi nga long na banko katama nyam bari fanan asa itandi fanan ko yara fan council do ko manke dankoti anu fada ninga na council jube karambuga kumaje you know councils ngamne je wolem ko kari kana mayor office otole akana chairman lo office otole wato wada ka stijang lunkili kay nin collector leta ay ta wo so mo sinini ye ticket odiala ya fam
ay ka revenue
collector
abitala wala ko net ay rose through the ranks fight
ni almedi ay place ba mara ikam ne ke wolem ko mol min kana si jang ko mimbe saferin tanu tonya ngana kangol horomala nge bunya baden mbe do ko minna as kan nyin kansulolto fengo bebe safere angale kangol so mom yalon ko abuka angale kangol fono safero fa naja abuka karanno alkon na namul wobe wolle bulu moka sina na mo collègue modole katela fengol safi ate min collègue ngawol beje nyin kansulol tole so nyin se silo dino molla isa lonko nibe moltara pour do ko la nyin kansul sto ake multi mialon ko ya makamo soto ake akana ke on political grounds because problem o beta rata nyinnem kare kam fasale kare kataram balale kare bitendine anun kana muneje newo do ko dati kari dantang moto balbe sanna kari dantang kordal sang kari ye mira revenue collector abo ko do be bolami yara fang ten dola namo ikantolle bali wala data ke MCB ila Marcel kono bi ni sama nata mo kadu no Marcel kono na musol le kata Marcel kono mbama le kata Marcel kono fadera wolni mun courancy le kabono Marcel kono yara fa ñu be se da nole ngamin understand from this commission min ka solo council sto asina satil da nole ase Marcel dada ay kudol ke but because selfish mo dantang wolle kasi kajiwe min diate yake ning Dr. Aliou Keita
definitely ni commission ni jiba bala fa wala back aning revelational member findi kanja ning cool men be kekan ni na sato lo kono jibe ngamra is high time we start blaming our own self we start blaming the people men put into our positions and we start blaming people many along kon kawlel tomboy kana mol tomboy ke dinna definitely bala fa wala ning Dr. Aliou Keita ita drong.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Council, can we please proceed?
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Welcome back. Mr. Witness, please tell the Commission what your name is, your full name. Do you hear me, sir?
Can you check his mic? Are you having challenge, Mr. Gay, with the mics? This one is working? All right. Please work on the other mic, please. Yes, can you proceed, please, Council?
Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Keita, please tell the Commission your full name.
My name is Dr. Aliou Keita.
Dr. Keita, what is your address?
I live in New Joshua.
You currently work for the Kanifing Municipal Council?
Yes, currently I'm the Director of Finance at Kanifing Municipal Council.
When was your first engagement, your employment with Kanifing Municipal Council?
I started at Kanifing at KMC in March of 2020.
2020?
Yes.
As the Director of Finance?
As Director of Finance, yes.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Yes, I don't have it on me right now, but I have the appointment letter at home.
Were you confirmed?
Yes, I was confirmed.
Can you please provide the Commission with your appointment and your confirmation letter?
Okay, I will. I have it at home. I mean, I can bring it later if you want.
Yes, we will give you a paper and a pen to write down some of the things that we may ask that you bring.
Okay.
Now, what is your educational background, sir?
Yes, I have a bachelor's degree in economics and management. I have an MBA in specializing in finance, and I have a PhD in economics, specializing in monetary economics. I was also a full-time lecturer at the University of the Gambia before joining KMC.
That's impressive. Now, when you joined KMC in 2020, you said, who did you take over from?
Who do I report to?
No, who did you succeed as Director of Finance?
Actually, when I started there, I found acting Director of Finance, Mr. Serifun Jai, and he was eventually my deputy.
Now, what was the structure you found in Kanifing Municipal Council as Director of Finance when you assumed your role as the Director of Finance in 2020?
Yes, when I started there immediately, I took up the role of Director of Finance.
Yes. The structure you found in the department, in that department, the Director of Finance's department.
Yes, you mean
you as the head, do you have a deputy?
Yes, I have a deputy. Yeah, when I went there.
And then what is the department made of? Do you have a deputy, and then do you have unit heads? Who do you lead in that department? Who are your staff in the department?
Okay, the department head in the finance is director of finance.
Yes.
Me, and I have my deputy. His name is Mr. Sefunjai.
Yes.
But I also report to the CEO. He is the chief accounting officer.
Okay. Now, as director of finance
Yes.
at Cardiff Municipal Council, when you were employed, what relevant regulations or acts or laws do you or were you informed that governs you in your capacity as director of finance?
Yes, as the overseer of all the functions
Yes.
at the department, the finance department, I actually consult with the Accounting and Financial Manual,
Yes.
and the Local Government Act,
Yes.
and the Finance and Audit Act.
Audit Act.
Yes.
All right. Do you have accountants, accounts clerks?
Yes, we have accounts clerk in the department.
So that's why what I meant when I said the structure. I want to know who you work with, who works in your department, what their roles are, whether you have cashiers, you have accountants, you have an immediate deputy, and
Yes.
who do you really supervise? So that's what I meant when I said the structure within the Department of Finance.
Okay, I myself, as the director of finance, I
Yes.
have the deputy at that time, Serif Njai, and I have the finance manager, Mr. Bakari Diba. He is finance manager 1, and we have finance manager 2, who is Kausu Jaune,
Yes.
and we have accounts clerks, Nyima Jiba, Fatu Jalo, Aisatu Kamara, and Jara Minte, and what else? And we have cashiers. We have Mamadi Jao.
How many cashiers
Awa
do you
Jalo.
have?
Huh?
How many cashiers do you have?
We have 3 cashiers.
3 cashiers.
Yes.
What is the role of these 3 cashiers? What are their role?
The cashiers collect money directly from the collectors,
Yes.
the license and race collectors.
Yes.
When they collect the money, they deposit it straight to the cashiers.
Okay. Aside from the cashiers, you will have the license managers and so on and so forth. Are they all also within your department?
Yes, the managers actually, if I want anything to be done, I call the manager and give him the instructions, and he goes and tell the accounts clerk or any other person in the department.
So tell us the different type of managers you have, and what their roles are within the Director of Finances department.
Yes, the finance manager 1 actually is responsible for the operations,
Yes.
and the finance manager 2, he assists with the processing.
Yes.
But he's also answerable to finance manager 1.
Yes.
Yes. And for me, I go by line of communication.
Yes.
I communicate with my manager 1.
Yes.
Since before the manager 1, when I had the deputy director of finance,
Yes.
I go through director of finance, then he will consult with the manager 1 and then manager 2 and then to the rest of the staff.
Now let's talk about the revenue unit of the finance department. How is it structured? You as Director of Finance, of course, you're responsible for overseeing the revenue of council, correct?
Yes.
So how is the revenue unit structured in KMC precisely in your department?
Well, with reference to revenue,
Yes.
we have collectors.
Yes.
Actually, I would want to clarify this. We have about 3 revenue units.
You have 3 revenue units.
Units, yes.
These are?
We have the license unit,
Yes.
the rates unit.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the markets unit.
The markets unit.
Yes, markets unit. So all these people, when they collect revenue, cash,
Yes.
it goes straight to the cashiers.
Okay.
It goes straight to the cashiers. From the cashiers, it goes to the bank.
All right.
I don't see no money, period.
Okay, that's very good of you to clear from the beginning, immediately, so that everyone knows that you don't see any money. But we will get into that as well, and in depth, probably in either this sitting or in your subsequent sittings.
Yeah.
You understand that? When there's a need to do that. Now, in these units, where you have the license unit, the rates unit, and the market unit, they're also structured, isn't it?
Yes.
Please tell us the structure.
Yes, the markets unit, they have a manager, and they have assistant manager, and they have market masters who are like supervisors. And then you have the markets collectors.
Yes.
Yes, that's on the markets.
So what are the role of the market manager and these different heads? What would be their responsibility?
Yes, the market manager actually is responsible for overseeing all market operations.
Yes.
And he supervises everybody.
That's the manager?
Yes, yeah, he's the manager. Supervises all the people working under him in the market.
Yes.
And with assistance of his 2 assistant managers.
Okay.
Some are for operations and some are for other duties that I'm not very sure, because they do whatever the manager tells them to do. And the market masters, the collectors give the market masters the money. When they collect money, it's given to the market masters. Market masters, they come and deposit the money at our cashier at the main office in KMC. Yeah.
So you have, at the bottom of the table, you have the collectors.
We have the collectors, yes.
And after which they report to the masters, the market masters? Market
masters, yes.
And the market masters, when they collect these monies from the collectors, what do they do?
From the market masters, they bring the money. But actually, the market masters, before they bring the money to the council, to our cashiers, they have to sit down with the manager.
With the manager?
Yes, with the manager.
Okay, and, to do what?
To tally, to make sure everything is correct. What they collected, the physical cash is reconciled with the receipts that they issue.
Right.
And then from there they bring the money to our cashiers at KMC. Yeah.
And do they not take this money to the bank?
When the cashiers, when the market masters deposit the money at our cashiers, then the cashiers will deposit the money to the banks.
So
actually, the banks, we call the banks to come and collect the money.
And collect the money?
Yes.
So the market managers wouldn't take the money to the bank?
No.
It would be the cashiers that will receive this money and take it to the bank?
Yes, and either sometimes when we call the banks to come and collect the money and they didn't show up, sometimes we tell the cashiers to go and deposit the money directly.
Does the same apply to the rates unit and the license unit as well?
Yes,
Is it the same structure?
The rates unit, the property owners actually come to KMC and pay their rates at cashiers.
For rates?
Yes.
Okay.
They pay directly to the cashiers, and they are given a receipt. And for
but do you also have the same structure as in the rates unit? What is the structure different from the market unit?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's not only, I think, a week or so that we have TR receipt collect money directly from the property owners.
Okay, so can you just summarily tell the Commission what obtains in the rates unit, the structure?
Yeah, the structure of the rates units, we have the rates units manager.
Rates managers?
Yeah, the manager, yes, Dudu Gomez. And he has assistant managers, 2 assistant managers, Babukar Sanyang and Aisatu Mane. And they have supervisors too.
Okay, but they also have collectors as well? They also have revenue collectors as well, no?
Whether they collect revenue.
How about license?
Yeah, Lanciers too, they have the manager, they have assistant manager, and they have supervisors, and they go into the field to collect cash from the business owners.
Okay. So for rates, you will have at the bottom, how do you call them? Revenue collectors or?
Yeah, rates collectors or revenue collectors is all acceptable.
But they do not collect money. They only serve notices or what?
No, but recently we have allowed, there was a General Council resolution.
Yes.
Because we realized that when property owners are served demand notes to come and pay, some may not come and all that stuff because, I don't know, for some reason. So now we decided the rates collectors or revenue collectors should collect directly from the property owners and bring the money back.
When was that?
That's just a week or so ago.
A week or thereabout?
Yeah.
Okay, but from 2020 to 2023, before
yes.
a week or thereabout, you're referring to the rates collectors would not be collecting money from the house owners.
No, the rates collectors don't, but they are the supervisors. The supervisors who are in the rates department, rates unit, they go after areas.
How do they do that?
Well, they go after the property owners who are in areas, who didn't pay.
How do they go after them? But when you say go after, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, they go into their business where they live or wherever they are, wherever they can find them. And then try to collect money from them.
How do they do that?
Well, they ask them to pay their rates, and some they issue checks, and if they issue money, they bring that money straight to the cashiers at KMC.
But how do you account for that?
How is it?
How do you account for that? How do you make sure that in these compounds, as by way of area, is properly accounted for?
Yes, if they collect the money, they bring it to our cashiers. Our cashiers give them a receipt. And that receipt,
go ahead.
They return that receipt to the property owner, the person they collected the money from.
They only
take
back the receipt?
Yes.
After collecting the money from the property owner?
After collecting the money from the property owner,
they bring it to the cashier?
They come and deposit it to the cashier, and the cashier will draw a receipt and give that receipt back to him, and he take it back to the property owner.
So at the time of collecting the money from the property owner, there is no receipt issued to the property owner?
No, because the property owner has options.
No. Let's clear this part first. At the time of the receipt, the money being received from the property owner,
yes,
the property owner would not have been issued a receipt immediately.
At that instant, no.
Why?
Yeah, no.
Why?
Yeah, he has to go. The money has to be deposited at the cashier, and the cashier will draw a receipt, give it to the supervisor, and the supervisor.
But why? I want to know why. So if the property owner gives, makes payment to the rates manager, and the rates manager did not declare that amount to the cashier, how would you trace that as Director of Finance?
No, the rates supervisors. The supervisors go after the property owners who are in areas. Yes, who are in areas. Because if you are in areas, sometimes we have to go after you. If not, they may not pay. When they go after them, they pay. When they pay by check, give the supervisor a check.
They all pay by check?
Yes, sometimes. Sometimes they may pay by check or cash. But no matter what form of payment, the supervisor will bring the money to the KMC cashier, and the KMC cashier will process it and then take the money, the areas off the person's account, and draw a receipt, give it back to the supervisor, and the supervisor will take it back to the property owner.
I'm not sure whether you understand what I'm trying to clear. Just probably be as simple as I can. These rate supervisors,
yes,
as at the time they are going to a property owner,
yes,
let's assume they're going to Mr. X to follow up on an RE, let's say $10,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume.
Yes.
What do they go with? What books of account do they go with? Do they go with a form? Do they go with with a receipt? Do they go with a cash book? Do they go with a demand note? What do they go with to be able to request an amount?
Demand notes.
They go with demand notes.
They go with demand notes, yeah.
And they issue, and who issues them these demand notes?
Well, it's issued by KMC. They print out the demand notes. They go into the system, into the account. The demand notes will tell you how much the person owes.
Who issued, when I say who, I mean there must be a reporting line. There is clearly a chain of command. There's clearly someone that instructs someone to do X, Y, and Z, and then you report back to that individual. These are books of accounts. You're an expert in accounting, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So my point is, these demand notes.
Yes.
How do the supervisors get access to these demand notes to have records of how much or how many demand notes are given to the supervisors, the individuals you are demanding payments from, the period that the payments cover, if any, if the information is being provided, and so that the accountability procedure will be very clear. Do you see my point?
Yes. The manager.
Explain that to us, please.
Yeah, the manager of the unit,
yes,
of revenue unit, they print out the demand notes.
Where do they print that out from?
From the system, from our metric system.
Okay.
There is a system there that's designed for rates.
Yes.
It's called the metric system. That's where they print out the demand notes.
Yes.
All the information about property owners are there.
Right.
Yes, they print out the demand notes, and then it's stated which are in arrears and which are current, and they give it to the supervisor who's going after people who are in arrears.
So who signs these demand notes? The managers?
Yeah, the manager signs, yeah.
So you, as the Director of Finance, how do you monitor this?
Well, I actually, because I'm responsible for rates, markets, and license, so most of those signatures, leave the managers to take care of those things.
How do you monitor, is the question.
I monitor it because every week I get all the total amount of money that was collected from each unit.
Yes.
Yes, they bring it to me.
The total amount of money alone does not give you information as to the total amount of money that is collected.
Yes.
The total amount of money that is declared to you is not the same as the total amount of money that is collected, and that's what's supposed that should have been collected. So I am asking, as the overall boss, as the Director of Finance, how do you supervise to make sure that there are no fraudulent practices? Because where you have the managers to print from the system, and they can just sign the system, give it to the supervisors to go and collect money, and back to the managers. You, as the Director of Finance, how do you supervise that process?
Yes, I actually communicate with the manager directly.
Yes.
Right? And if I see any discrepancy, I call the manager. If we have to call a meeting for all the rates collectors, we do it.
Have you ever seen a discrepancy before?
Actually,
it's a yes or no answer.
So far, I can't remember any. The only problem I had was because the collection was the collection rate was very low, and I was concerned, and I called all the rates collectors, plus their managers, and I informed them that we have to do a special survey. I told every one of them to go and register, because what happened was most of the property owners don't have a complete record of their contact.
Yes.
Like they don't have their, in the system we don't have like their phone numbers, their complete address and all those things. And sometimes it becomes difficult to trace them. So I gave them a special task for each collector to go in your zone.
Are you saying that is probably the reason why they were really low to turn out when it comes to revenue collection?
Yes, I mean, I gave them a special task, the rates collectors, to go and make sure they register every property owner in their zone with complete contact information. That is the phone numbers, the compound address with the Google Plus, and all those things. Then we come and try to put it in the system to update the system.
That helped?
Yes, it is helping big time.
That is in relation to revenue assessment, right?
Yes, why that's also going to help, because we have decided to, our areas came to a point, it was very high, and our race collectors alone cannot be able to go after all those things. So we decided to hire, bring in private debt collectors.
So let me go back to,
Yeah.
Please finish that. You decided to employ? You decided to employ what collectors? Your earlier statement.
Yeah.
You said you decided to employ?
Yeah, because the area, we had a lot of areas. Not
Right.
so many people were not paying their rates.
Right.
So we decided to hire private debt collectors.
Private debt collectors?
Debt collectors,
When
yes.
was this?
Yeah, this was not long ago, recently.
How recent?
In late 2020, early part of 2024.
You hired private debt collectors?
Yeah, debt collectors.
Individuals?
About 5 companies. They are companies.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they are companies.
Are you talking about companies?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll need information about that, about the companies that you have hired. Just write that down before I go back to my earlier question.
Yeah.
The 5 companies you have hired as private debt collectors. Just write that down. Give us the list of the companies, when they were hired, the contracts that they have signed, if any.
With the, you mean the private debt collectors?
Those
right?
5, yes, companies.
Okay.
Can you please write it down?
Yeah, we have 5 of them, I think. We have, they signed the contract and everything, and we sensitized the public that they are coming after our areas.
No, I am saying you have to write down,
Yeah.
because we're asking you to produce a specific information. That is the names of these 5 private debt collectors.
Okay.
The contracts that they have with the area council, you provide them as well.
Okay, I'll provide it.
Please write that down so you will not forget.
Yeah, Okay.
Revenue,
I got it.
back to the issue. You said you were discussing about discrepancies, and we were discussing the very fundamental part of your check and balance in relation to these managers and supervisors.
Yes.
You said unless there are discrepancies. Have you had a situation where there were discrepancies?
Well, probably the thing sometimes is what the race collectors who are supposed to distribute demand notes, they may not distribute enough.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, they may not distribute because all the rates collectors are given demand notes to distribute in their zones.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they distribute enough?
And some may not, well, that's inefficiency on their part.
They are not efficient enough.
Some, yeah, some don't do what they're supposed
And
to.
who are these some that are not efficient enough?
Well, you know, there is a performance appraisal where the manager will appraise the people who perform 70% below. And we write to them, we want them to improve their performance.
All right.
I cannot.
I have been informed it's time.
It's a convenient point to stop. We are going to rise.
Yeah,
Thank you. We may rise.
Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you once again that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, ma'am.
Keta,
Yes.
I hope you had your breakfast.
I'm not feeling good today, but I managed to come.
Sorry about that.
Yes. Sorry.
You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
Council, can we please proceed?
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning to all the commissioners and the secretary and everyone present. Dr. Keta, you're welcome once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
I believe yesterday we were discussing the structure within your department, the Department of Finance.
Yes.
Correct? And you were explaining the structure that you have in these 3 units, the licensing unit, rates, and market.
Exactly.
You've discussed the market, I believe the rates as well, and during the discussion you were explaining how you were receiving payments from the compound owners or property owners. Do you recall that?
Yes, how the supervisors
Yes.
for rates, yeah, we are receiving payments. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had said in evidence that the supervisors, after having the managers, I believe, printed out from the IFME system,
Yeah.
the areas owed by these compound owners, then they will now sign it, give it to the supervisor, they will now go and get these compound owners to make payment. Do you recall that?
Yes, exactly. When they serve the demand notes.
The demand notes.
Yes.
And we will try to discuss that by point. So now, I had asked you before we rose yesterday that given the situation you described yesterday, or you have narrated yesterday, you have told the Commission that unless there are discrepancies, then you will address those discrepancies. And I had asked whether there was any situation since 2020, the time you have served, that you have come across any discrepancy in this regard.
Well, actually, as I mentioned before, I was concerned with the demand notes that were being distributed.
Yes.
Some of the collectors were not distributing enough of what they should have done. So I was concerned about that. And if the demand notes are not distributed, the people are not, will not be able to pay their rates. So that was what I was concerned about, and I tried to correct the situation.
Do you think that system that obtained at the time was very effective regarding the managers printing, the market managers printing out the demand notes, signing it themselves, and going to collect money from the compound owners without giving them receipt at that point in time, coming back to the cashier, and having to go back again to issue out the receipt expectedly? Do you think that is a really effective system?
Well, yes. Currently, that's what we have. We're trying to improve on it. If we are able to get handheld devices, which can issue receipts on the spot. But currently, this is what we are. We are working on it to improve the process. But currently, this is what we are doing.
No, now I'm asking you, based on your expertise, I'm asking you whether you think that is really fraud-proof. Do you think that that system really is the best system in collecting the revenue?
Actually, I wouldn't say it's the best system because it's kind of, it's like back and forth.
Yes.
You go and they pay, you go to the cashier gives you receipts, and you go back again. And, we're trying to eliminate that. So I'm trying to work with the system administrator to see if they can provide a handheld device where when the property owner pays, the receipt can be printed right away. Instead of coming back to the cashier at KMC, they can print the receipt from the handheld device and give it to the property owner.
So I asked that because, for instance, a market master prints out a demand note, goes to property owner X, receives, let's say, $10,000 and does not declare that amount to the cashier. How would you know as Director of Finance?
Well, the cashier gives the receipt back to the supervisor.
No, I'm saying the money was not even declared. The manager collects 10,000, does not come to the cashier to declare. He did not come to the cashier to declare. So how would you know as Director of Finance?
You mean, as for me personally, I deal with the manager of the unit.
Yes.
Every Monday, he gives me a record of the total amount collected for that week.
Yes.
Yes. But with reference to knowing the exact amount, that one, the supervisors in our account manager one in finance, manager one in finance manager one.
Right.
They take care of those things. They make sure everything is reviewed everything is reconciled before proceeding.
What is everything? What is the everything that is reconciled?
Well, the money received,
Yes.
and the cash and the receipts that we are giving out.
Yes.
Yeah, the physical cash. At the end of the day, they try to reconcile the physical cash and the receipts that were given out.
And the receipts that were issued out.
Yes.
But the receipts that were issued out would have been signed by the manager,
Yes.
the market manager. So
yes.
the market manager will only declare the receipts issued out against the cash that he or she wants to declare. So is there a system
Yeah.
wherein if there is fraud, for instance, it will be detected by you, the Director of Finance?
For me to
Detect?
Yes, well, as I said, occasionally I go through everything with the unit manager, unless if there is something that I need to get involved in, if there is a big mess or whatever. But generally, my unit managers and supervisors take care of it.
Has
If
there
they-
ever been a big mess in your ward? Has there ever been a situation where there's cash shortage, for instance?
Well, the cashiers, because I signed the finance manager
Yes.
to spot check
Yes.
or the cashiers at the
Right.
end of every day. So if there is a shortage, he reports it back to me, and I call the cashier or write to them to explain what's the reason. If I'm not satisfied with the reason, and you'll be requested to pay the amount.
Okay. Have that ever happened?
Yes, it happened. Yeah, once.
Once?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
One of the cashiers, she was short. She said it's the system, and I called the system administrator to check whether the system has any fault.
All right. We will need you to give us information when you testify subsequently regarding the cashier that you have had encounter with that was that has shortages,
Yes.
and then how it was dealt with.
Yes, that's what I was explaining. She had shortage, and I wrote to her to explain.
That's what I'm saying. We will need the letter that you wrote to the cashier.
Yes.
Subsequently, all the correspondence and the manner in which it was dealt with. Not today.
Oh, not
Just
today.
go
Okay.
and gather the information.
Okay,
The
all
letters
right.
you have written.
No problem.
And you
I'll
can
bring it.
brief us in depth about that.
Yes, I'll bring it. Yeah.
Now, with respect to the license unit, what is the structure you have there?
Huh? The license unit?
Yes.
What's the what?
What structure do you have?
Oh, the license unit, almost similar to the rates and the markets.
Yes.
You have the license manager, and you have assistant managers, two
Yes.
of them, and you have supervisors.
Right.
Yes, and basically at license, even the manager goes out to collect license fees.
License.
Yes, because our main concern with those things is to bring in money.
All right.
They don't have to sit in the office when there is a need for them to go into the field to bring
Now,
cash.
now, is there a register, a license register, race register, to guide you in relation to how much should be collected, and what you have to collect and how much?
Yes, the unit managers, they record the amount collected by each collectors. But every Monday, the unit manager will give me the record of the total collection.
Yes.
Yeah, it brings it to me.
That will be what they will give you, but you don't have a register?
Yes, I have a record of it. I have a record of that in my on my
Can you
computer.
provide us with the license register and the
Well, I have
market register and the race register? If you have them, do you have them?
I have a record of the weekly revenue collected from each unit.
That would have been different from the register. Is that not the case?
Well, the register probably, because this is electronic, I don't have any physical book or something like that.
So, for instance,
But probably the managers may have registered record.
now when you say may have, or maybe you don't understand what I mean by a register yet. For instance, the rates, you should know how many compounds you have within your jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Do you? have an idea who
Yeah.
you are collecting revenue from?
The unit managers have that record.
Come again?
The unit managers, they have that record. The number of compounds in the
But so
KM.
the Director of Finance, all the information
Yeah.
that the unit managers have,
Yeah,
you should have that information as well.
that's true, and I have it too.
So we are asking
Yeah.
that if you have them, if it exists, can you produce?
Yes, of course I can.
Oh, please,
I can.
please do that.
Yeah.
Please write that down.
Sure.
That you have to produce the register for these three revenue lines.
Okay, for the revenue lines. Okay.
Now, who maintains a cash book within the finance department?
Who maintains the what?
A cash book, not the cash book, a
Yeah.
cash book.
Basically, my manager one, we have the accountant also, who is very much involved, but I leave that with finance manager one.
So
He
now,
maintains.
yes, what I mean is, in your department,
Yeah.
right from the collectors at the bottom,
Yes.
all the way to you as the head of the department, who maintains a cash book?
My finance manager maintains all those.
Finance manager one, or both of them?
Manager one.
Finance manager one,
Yeah.
go ahead. Any other?
Yes, he's the one responsible for those things.
The cashiers?
Yes, the cashiers are there, but actually, finance manager supervises the cashiers to make sure everything is tallied.
So the cashiers, do they have a cash book?
Yeah, they have. All of them have cash books. Yeah,
Each cashier has a cash book.
each one. Yeah.
How about at the level of the units, like the license, rates, market, who will maintain a cash book?
All of them. Basically, all the collectors are given cash books.
Even the collectors?
Yeah, the ones who handle cash. Yeah, because all the collectors in the markets, they handle cash. Only the ones in rates unit, the time period before 2024,
Yes.
they don't handle cash except few supervisors.
So let's start with market. Let's start with market to be just to be very accurate, in the information that we're getting.
Yeah.
You have the collectors all the way up, the managers. Will the collectors have a cash book?
Yes, they should. They all have it.
Not they should.
Yeah. They all have
They
it.
have a cash
Yeah,
book.
they have it.
And then next ladder is?
You mean with the market?
Yes.
So you have the collectors, then you go to the market masters.
Do the masters have a cash book?
Yeah, they should. They should all have.
Not they should. No, they should is probably what you think should obtain. Do they have one? Do they maintain one?
They have it.
They have one.
Yes, they have it.
And next after the market masters, you have the managers.
Yes, you have the
Do the
assistant,
managers have?
assistant manager.
Assistant managers.
Yes.
Do they also maintain a cash book?
I don't think so.
You don't know?
Yeah, because the money actually stops from the collectors to the market masters, and from the market masters it goes to the cashiers at the.
So
at
the market
KMC.
masters, managers, they don't maintain a cash book.
They may try to reconcile, but they don't handle the cash. They help with the reconciliation before it is taken to the cashier at KMC.
How about the market managers? Do they have a cash book?
The market no.
So the market managers, they don't have a cash book.
Only the ones who handle cash.
I wouldn't know who handle cash. That's why I'm asking you.
Yes,
You are the director of finance. I would not know
Yeah.
who handles cash. I would not know who will have a cash book. That's why I ask.
Okay.
You
well,
are in the best position to guide us as to, because this structure
Yeah.
must be within your knowledge. No
Yes,
matter how
the-
go ahead.
Yeah, the cash is collected by the collectors and is given to the market masters.
No, I mean cash book. Who maintains a cash book?
Yeah, the market masters have it.
How about the managers?
That's what I'm saying. If from the collector to the market master,
Yes.
They, from the market master to the cashiers, the people who handle cash are the ones who are entitled to get the cash books.
All right. Let's go to rates. Is the same thing applies with rates as well?
Yeah, rates too, yeah. Rates.
Everyone that receives cash has a cash book.
Well, the period within, before 2023, they don't have that.
Before 2023?
Because they only, before 2024, sorry, they distribute demand notes. And as I said before, the supervisors will go after the arrears. Those are the ones, occasionally 2 or 3 of them will bring in cash. But they don't, when they collect the money, they bring it to the cashier, get the receipt, and take it back to the property owner.
So when it comes to rates, how many people or who would be maintaining a cash book when it comes to rates?
Well, in fact, they may not. Currently, in 2024, just a few weeks ago, all of them are going to be given cash books. They all have to maintain a cash book because they are given GTR to collect money directly from the property owners. But that's recently, not before the period that you are.
So before the period, 2023, no, no one in the rates unit maintains a cash book?
No.
No one?
No.
And so if for instance, the market, the rates master, you call them, the manager, they will go and follow the arrears.
Rate supervisors, yes.
No, the arrears is the master or the manager?
The rate supervisor, you have the masters and in the market masters.
So the rate supervisor
will, market masters, which are almost the same title.
Same level, thank you.
Yeah.
So the rate supervisor will be going to collect the arrears.
Yeah, they go in for, yeah.
And sometimes it will be paid through check and sometimes in cash.
Sometimes they pay, yeah. Cash
sometimes in cash.
Yeah.
Now, how is that accounted for?
How is that?
Accounted for. What do they that's why I asked whether they have a cash book to record what they receive, or they don't maintain a cash book?
Well, they don't, as I said, the procedure is they go with the demand notes.
Yes.
And the arrears are printed there, the
yes.
current and the thing, and the property owner pays it.
Yes.
Check or cash.
Yes.
They bring it to the cashier at the KMC.
Yes.
And the cashier will print out a receipt.
Yes.
Give it back to the supervisor, or the supervisor will take it to the property owner.
Yes.
And that's the process.
Are you familiar with the finance and audit, finance and accounting manual for the local government area council?
Exactly. I read it.
You are familiar?
Yes.
You are familiar that everyone or employee that has charged with revenue collection or receipt of revenue must maintain a cash book?
Yes. You mean every what?
Yeah, that is responsible for the receipt of revenue must maintain a cash book?
Of course, yes.
So why? Go ahead.
Yeah, in this case, they are not actually collectors. The collectors actually receive cash books.
Let me ask that you be given the finance and accounting manual for local government area councils.
Yes.
Turn to page 61. You will see section 905.
Page 50.
The heading would be the subsidiary cash book.
Page 51.
Are you there, sir?
Page 51, right?
61.
61.
Yes.
61.
The section there is 905. The heading would be the subsidiary cash book.
Well, nowadays, when things were done manually, you have these subsidiary cash books, but not anymore. Everything is done, electronically. So it's the old version that you are trying to bring.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, this is an old version of it.
What is the old version?
The subsidiary, the ones that are here, because this thing is not updated.
It's not.
All the system we are doing, everything is manual.
Yes.
You enter those things, but right now the system is not. It's done by computers. It's not manual.
I'm lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I'm lost a bit because we are talking about where or what the supervisors that will go and collect the areas or the rates
Yes.
that are paid either through check or cash payment.
Yes.
You have described the situation. You have told the commission that sometimes they will go to these rate owners,
Yes.
the property owners, and collect areas,
Yes.
for instance. And if they collect these areas, they are either paid through cash or check.
Yeah.
So if they are paid through cash, it's physical, it's manual, they're giving money. How?
Yeah, I mean,
Not just hear me out, whatever the amount is, if it is $10,000, it's counted and it's given to them in physical cash.
Yes.
Do you understand? That's what you have said?
the recording part of it,
In a?
the recording of the money that they received.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's done by the cashier because they bring.
No, wait a minute. The demand note
Yeah.
is also printed from the information system
Yeah,
by the managers or the supervisors. These are the supervisors.
yeah.
So let's see what the law says. Should be done. Can you read, please?
61, let me see. The subsidiary cash book.
Please use the microphone. No, it has to be loud, please, doctor.
Yeah, you say this is the cash book, the subsidiary cash book. This is the cash book to be used by employees charged with the receipts of revenue and who are required to make lodgement to the main cashier at council headquarters.
Yes.
In it is recorded in serial number. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
No, doctor, I am asking you to read.
Yes.
You have to read loud enough for record purposes.
In it is recorded.
No, you have to start first, please. Kindly start first from where you have. This is the cash book to be used by employees.
Okay.
Then we move it from there.
Okay. This is the cash book to be used by employees charged with the receipts of revenue and who are required to make lodgement to the main cashier at council headquarters.
Yes.
In it is recorded a serial number order, the receipts, tickets, licenses, etc., and the amounts received from the public on the day of receipt. The appropriate standard receipt book, license, ticket, or other approved form, serially numbered, must be used by the accounts clerk charged with the receipt of the council forms. Extra care must be taken to ensure that all receipts, licenses, or ticket numbers entered in the subsidiary cash book with evidence that they have accounted for in strict numerical sequence, both as regard the books and individual receipts in each. One booklet must be fully used before another is taken. The total receipts of each day must be banked or paid to the main cashier at council headquarters. When the amount has been received or stamped, paying slip from the bank has been obtained by the main cashier, he will issue a receipt for the amount collected from the accounts clerk. The amount is then posted to the credit side of the subsidiary book with the main cashier signing off. Yeah, I mean, there is when this thing was written, it was like accounting, probably they assume it was done manually, all of it manually. But these collectors, they have the receipt books. They are given a GTR book, what they call GTR books. And that is the book they bring. When they give out receipt, that's what they bring to our accounts department to be able to reconcile.
Let's see what the law says about in the event the system is computerized. Turn to page 67. 67. You have 914.
Page what?
67.
67.
It says, are you there? 67.
Yes, computerized.
It says, let me read and you follow, please. The books of accounts prescribed in the manual can be prepared annually or through computerized accounting system. The accounting system can be computerized fully or partially. An accounting package can be adopted to capture all the financial transactions of the council, right from the source documents to the production of monthly final accounts, and end-of-year financial statements.
Yes.
Certain aspects of council operations, such as payroll, rates, etc., can be partially computerized depending on the availability of resources, particularly key personnel to handle the process. Where the accounting system is fully computerized, the charts or accounts codes as given in this manual may be modified as required, and abstract books which are designed for analysis or revenue and expenditure may not be needed. So, do you see? It's also captured. The bottom line here is, whichever system you use, it has to contain all the details. The law requires that all books of account, if you want to maintain it electronically, it has to also contain all these details. Do you see that?
Yeah, I know what, I see what you're talking about. These things are, the computer does everything. The only thing we are concerned about, that there's a GTR book that we give them to make sure they give receipt to the people who gave them the money. That's what I'm saying. The demand notes, as I said before, only the demand notes are issued. It's just recently that they have, we gave the collectors a GTR book.
The law is saying they must maintain a cash book.
There must be?
Anyone that is in receipt of revenue must maintain a cash book.
Well, yes, that's true. But they require for as of now, all of them are given a cash book.
Exactly.
Yes,
that means your earlier point would not be correct. Your earlier position that this was envisaging a situation where everything is manual, that is why it would not be applicable, would not be correct, because now in 2024 you had given an instruction that they all must maintain a cash book.
Yes. Now
so it talks about the desirability of having a cash book.
Yes, but before
let's just first clear that. It talks about the desirability of having a cash book because that's what you obtains now. That's what you have passed now.
Yeah.
So which means your earlier position would not be correct, because maintaining a cash book is very paramount.
Yeah.
Is that a correct?
With rates collectors, as I said
is that
before,
a correct statement?
No. Let me correct. Let me just straighten this out. The rates collectors were not handling cash. They were only serving demand notes.
No, they were handling cash because you had said the supervisors would go. No, hear me out. The supervisors would go and collect arrears.
Yeah, the supervisors.
Check. They are within the rates unit, are they not?
Well, yeah, they are within the rates.
Exactly. So you have said that they will collect cash or check. Yes. So if they are collecting cash or check, the law says they must maintain a cash book. Yeah. Why would they not maintain a cash book? Would that not be open to fraudulent practices?
Well, I'm just telling you the procedure what was done, but I'm positively sure any person who is handling cash will have a cash book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's what the law says.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
Exactly. And it's also very important that they maintain a cash book as well for accounting purposes.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And so where they do not maintain a cash book, would that not be open to fraud?
Well, if they are not handling, I just believe they have it.
No, I'm asking you a question.
If
you're an expert in this. Yeah. I'm asking you a direct question. If they do not have a cash book, would that not be open?
That is not. It's not appropriate.
No, I'm not asking you that question, sir. I asked a question. I had used certain words. I need you to react to that.
You said if they don't have a cash book.
If they don't maintain a cash book and they are receiving revenue, would that not be open to fraud?
Will that not be?
Open to fraud. Will that not open fraudulent practices?
Well, sometimes, if the person is not honest.
No, that still doesn't answer the question.
But you're right. You're right. If they are not given a cash book, it's a possibility. But the thing is, any person who is given a receipt.
Doctor, you know what I expect from you?
Yes.
You have a PhD, and I will need you to remind the commission with respect to your background. Can you do that? Where have you worked before?
Well, I was a full-time lecturer at University of the Gambia.
Before that?
Before that, I was working as a capital market specialist.
Where?
At National Credit Union Administration in the United States.
Before that?
Before that, I worked for Mellon Investor Services as stock options. I was trading stock options.
Where?
In Mellon Investor Services in New Jersey,
for how long?
In America. I've been there for about probably 3-4 years, something like that. Yeah.
Before that, sir?
Before that, I was working for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, Central Bank. I was a financial analyst, senior financial analyst.
For how long, sir?
For about 4 or 5 years, something like that.
So you see how impressive your CV is?
Huh?
You'll agree with me that you have wealth of experience.
Yes.
In the job you do.
Yeah.
And you owe, the list you owe to the commission and anyone that you serve is just to say it as it is, especially when it comes to accounting principles.
Yes, yes.
Is that not the case?
And that's why I go over this manual every day.
And that is why in your answers, you, regardless of how difficult it is, you just see it as it is because you're a top professional. So when I ask you whether a certain procedure is fraud-proof because they do not follow procedure, they don't maintain a cash book, you and I know the answer is yes. Of course,
that's what I was telling you. I said anybody who's handling cash is supposed to get a cash book.
Yes.
That's what
and
I
so
was
you
saying.
call the name as it is. If you see a spade, you say it is a spade. If the system is flawed, you say it is flawed. Because that is what differentiates you from the ordinary average person in the area of accounting and economics. Is that not the case?
No.
It's not the case, sir.
The case is?
Is that not the case? Is that not the case? That's what differentiates you from the ordinary average person who has no or doesn't have the wealth of experience you have in accounting.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
and so you will be of help to the commission.
Yes.
Based on your expertise.
Yes, yes.
Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's
good.
true.
So you've agreed with me that where there are no, anyone who handles cash doesn't maintain cash book, that is open to fraud.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Good. And we move on to other issues.
Sorry, let me just ask.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Keita.
Yes.
The Financial and Accounting Manual for Local Government Authorities, is it a document that you are supposed to, as a council, supposed to be legally relying upon?
Yes. In fact, yes. In fact, I printed this financial manual and left it in our accounts department so everybody can consult it. Whatever you are in doubt, whatever, so you make sure it reminds you of what you saw. It's a guideline. Myself, I go over it almost every day.
So it is a legally binding document that the personnel at the finance department ought to follow.
Yes, yes.
Because as a legal document.
Yes, because this has been prepared specifically for local government to assist us in our operations in the financial accounting.
Yes, I just wanted for you to confirm,
yes,
as a finance director, whether you are bounded by this document.
Obviously, it's yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Council, you may proceed.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, so revenue assessment. How does council assess the revenue?
How does the council
assess revenue?
Assess revenue.
Yes.
Well, it's based on the where revenue sources are coming from.
Okay. And where are these revenue sources coming from at Carnival Municipal Council?
Yes, we have the markets, we have the rates, and we have the license.
Okay.
So we assess how much revenue is collected daily, weekly, monthly, and from that we can be able to assess how much revenue we can we can expect in a year or so.
So, for instance, when I asked you in 2020 when you were appointed, what was the revenue baseline? Will you be able to tell us?
Yeah, the revenue baselines is basically the property rates. Those are the ones, and the business licenses.
So the baseline would have been the amount that you expect to generate from revenue in a given year. That's what
in a given year, yes.
That's what we mean by baseline.
Yeah.
So the baseline for 2020, you would have known based on the different revenue registers you have,
Previous years.
and the assessments you have conducted. If there are new structures, new buildings, new
Exactly.
businesses, and so on and so forth, you would have known, because you would have, in line with the register,
Yes.
you would have already also conducted an up-to-date assessment to know exactly how much the institution you manage
Yes.
can generate in a given year.
Is
That done?
It's an estimate. You know, when you're preparing the budget, it's an estimate.
Yes.
You take into consideration like the previous years.
Yes.
And the improvement in the current year.
Yes.
That's going to bring in more revenue.
Yes.
And that's how we assess, we estimate how we expect to get, how much revenue we're going to get the following year.
So do you have any form of assessment exercise that you do at your department to know how much you are expected to generate in a given year, how much your estimate would be?
Oh yes, we have budget sessions. We all meet.
The budget session is informed by the assessment.
Yeah, assessment, the managers, the unit managers, we all come together.
Yes.
And we determine the sources of revenue, how much was collected last year, currently, and what we expect, and what improvements we have done.
Now, are these documented?
Huh?
Are these documented?
This
exercise you have with your team, will it be documented?
Well, the final product is the budget.
The budget is supposed to be the final product, but there would be documents to inform the budget, to advise you as to what you would contribute at the level of the Director of Finance that would sum up the amount that you have as an estimate in the budget.
It's the process of preparing the budget.
Yes.
We have documentation there.
Yes.
And then we produce the final one.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm now asking you those documentations. If you have to say, for instance, based on consultation with X, Y, and Z, the unit heads, the different registers, and so on and so forth, and the new registration we have seen within Carnegie Municipal Council, the new compounds or properties, and so on and so forth, or companies, because the amount would not be fixed every year. What you will expect in a given year would not be fixed for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. The amount fluctuates every given year.
Exactly, yeah.
Is that not the same?
Yeah.
Because there are improvements, developments here and there, back and forth. And so you don't expect to have a baseline, let's say for instance, 120 million in 2020, 2021, 120 million, 2022, 120 million. That would not make sense.
No,
is that not the case?
No.
So that's why I said, what advises you? We need to have, that's what the law says, assessment.
Yes.
The things you consider. So can you give us the information?
Before, when we are getting ready to prepare the budget, we send a letter to department heads.
Yes.
To give us a revenue, a proposal, the
Yes.
budget proposal. And then we put it together and we call all of them.
Yes.
And then we discuss how we going to achieve what we are expecting.
Yes.
It's everything here when it comes to budgeting is estimation. We do our best and try to prepare it conservatively.
I asked this question because if you look at page 10 and 11, the rule of the Director of Finance in the financial manual, you turn to page 11, paragraph L. I've asked you to be given a copy of the financial manual. Do you have it?
The financial manual?
Yes, I've asked that you be given a copy.
I have it here.
Turn to page 10, where you will see the section 204, Director of Finance.
Yeah.
And you turn to page 11, you will see the various obligations you have. And paragraph L tells you that among your duties are to correctly assess revenue in accordance with the relevant laws or bylaws and to secure its punctual collection. So what do you understand when the law says to correctly assess revenue?
Well, to assess, that's why we do a budget session where we involve everybody who is in the revenue units. because they know how much is collected every day, every week, every month. So we put our brains together to come up with a reasonable estimate.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we do.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Let me ask a more simpler question. For example, if there are 20 new compounds built in one area, how would you know this?
The compound, first of all, every property owner is supposed to come and register.
Yes.
The council.
Yes.
And the system is updated. We know from that, and plus.
But we know that does not happen.
Yeah, you know, it's here because most people don't want to pay rates. Sometimes they may not even try to reveal all their properties.
Exactly. So we know that does not happen.
Yeah.
Because
So-
it's not automatic.
Yes, it's
So
not. It's
you-
not. It's not.
It's not automatic.
Yes.
You've highlighted here
Yeah.
that, in fact, it was a difficulty to know and have all the contacts of all the property owners at some point, which makes sense, because they're not going to be willing to pay rates if you do not collect it, if you do not come for it. Yeah. Some may not. So that is why, in addition to the register, you do an assessment. For the assessment, is that not what is expected?
Yes.
To be up to date with new developments.
And that's why just recently, which is just a few weeks ago, that I assigned all the rates collectors to go into their zones.
Yes.
To make sure they register all the properties in their zone.
Exactly.
Because there might be new ones that have not been in the system.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that did not obtain before.
Yes, that was not there before, and now they record it, and now we're going to update the system again.
That is my question. That was not happening before, so which means there was no assessment of that nature before.
Yeah.
So before we are referring to 2018 to 2023.
It was not.
Is that a correct statement?
You're right.
All right. Any question regarding the revenue and assessment before I proceed? The other issue is, Dr. Were you preparing monthly, or was KMC through your office, monthly bank reconciliations?
Yes.
Every month?
Yes, every month. I'm very concerned about that because we want to know how much is being taken from our account at the bank. We do bank reconciliation. In fact, I had problem with one of the banks because we are not able to reconcile with them.
Which bank is that?
Mega Bank.
Mega Bank. Why was it difficult to reconcile with them?
Because I see they be putting in credit and then debiting it without no explanation or something like that.
Okay.
Like you put in 100,000, they credit it into your account, and then the next thing you know is debited. And before I left in 2021,
yes,
I stopped. I went to the mayor. I explained to him. I say, I think we may have to stop banking with Mega Bank because we can't reconcile. And I called Mega Bank representatives, and they couldn't explain why they were debiting and crediting without our knowledge.
Why did you inform the mayor about that?
And the mayor told me he gives me the go to do what is necessary.
Yes.
So, we stopped banking.
No, why was it necessary to inform the mayor?
Huh?
Why was it necessary to inform the mayor?
Well, he's the head of the institution.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for all these decisions, he's always informed, together with the CEO.
Exactly, with the CEO and everything. Right. Yeah.
Now, did you write to the bank, Mega Bank?
The Mega Bank. Before I was suspended.
Okay.
So when I left, I think my deputy took over and they started banking with them again. So.
They started banking with them again?
Yes, they started banking with them.
Do you know why?
Huh?
Do you know why they have started banking with them again? After you've advised and it was approved?
Probably he was, that he might be able to explain that.
Who is he?
Sheriff, he is my deputy.
That's your deputy?
Yeah, he was. He
was your deputy?
Yeah, he was my deputy.
Now, so please write that we will need you to provide us with the bank reconciliations during the time you have served as Director of Finance.
The what?
The bank reconciliations.
Yes, we do it. We are always. Recently, we had some problem because of the new system.
Right.
IFMIS.
Yes.
which is always having problems, internet and all that. So the bank reconciliation is not very up to date yet.
Okay.
But once it's done, it's very easy to run reconciliation.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we will need you to provide us with the bank's reconciliation that you have,
Yeah.
that you have produced from the time you've served as Director of Finance.
All right, I will.
Yes, and before we proceed with that, do you recall giving a statement and an additional statement to the investigators?
Yes.
The statement would be dated the 4th of May 2023, and
Yes.
the additional statement 17th of July 2024.
Yes, I got it. I got it.
Doctor, please go through the statement, these two statements. I believe it has a signature
Yes.
against your name. Please go through these statements. The first one has 4 pages. The second one is 3 pages.
Yeah.
And advise the Commission as to whether these are the statements that were obtained from you.
Yeah, this is from me. Yeah.
That's from you.
Yes.
We apply to standard a statement and an additional statement from Dr. Aliu Keita.
Yes.
The first statement is dated this 4th of May 2023, and the second statement 17th of July 2024.
Yes.
It is identified and signed by the witness, and we plan to have them admitted into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement from Dr. Aliu Keita, dated the 4th of May 2023,
Okay.
and the additional witness statement, dated the 17th of July 2024, from the same witness, Dr. Aliu Keita, are hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit and marked as LGC/DAK/KMC/001.
Ask the Commission, please. Now, Doctor, how about financial statements? You've been preparing financial statements?
Yes, we do prepare financial statements at the end of every year.
Every year.
Sometimes quarterly we prepare income and the income statement. Yeah.
Doctor, can you income statement? Can you please produce the financial statements that you have during the time you have served for all the period?
Can we bring them?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when I leave here, we'll try to.
Come again, sir. I didn't hear what you said.
I said I don't have them here. with
Yes.
me. Yes.
So you can write them down.
Okay.
Now, during the period you have served,
Yes.
that will be 2020 to 2021?
Yes. March 2020 to July 2021.
And you came back, or you recalled when?
October of 2023.
October 2023.
Yeah.
So, again, we only limit the evidence based on the period you served as Director of Finance. So, were there any loans that were acquired?
No, when I started there, I didn't find any loan scheme. There was an embargo or something like that. They were not giving out loans. They do give like salary advances.
Salary advances?
Yes, salary advances.
What do you know about the salary advances?
Well, salary advances, any staff can apply, and it's payable in 6 months. Yeah, and we try to make sure, in addition to salary advance, any other deductions you may have, total deductions will be less than 50% of your net pay.
Would that not be a loan?
Huh?
Would that not be the same as a loan?
Well, salary advance it's a short-term loan. It's not. It's It's not the name. It's not like it's not called a loan. It's called a salary advance.
But is it not the same with a loan?
Well, yeah, they have the same features.
The same features, the same, everything is the same. So, you know, there's a scientific name for every flower, or there's the scientific name for human being, is correct?
Yeah, that's
but the
true.
human being is a human being,
That's true.
regardless of the scientific name.
Yeah,
Is that not the case?
That's true, but the loan is payable sometimes maybe in years.
In this country, we are used to seeing or knowing that particular government has 3, 4, 5 names.
Yeah.
We have tribal names. But
Right.
it also changes with the fact that I'm a human being,
I think
right? So the same features,
the lawyers
that's a
are
loan.
good at. The lawyers are good at that. Not the
Exactly,
economists.
exactly, perfect. So the same features, but salary advancement is called, but it's the same feature as you have said with the loan. So, do you know what policies are in place or schemes you have in council in relation to this salary advancement or loan, whichever applies?
No, well, the salary advance, actually, I make sure, as I said before, I make sure that if you take the salary advance, it's going to be payable in 6 months, and within that 6 months, the deductions from your salary, all of it total,
Yes.
should be less than 50% of your net pay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I try to make sure that.
So who decided that there would be salary advancement?
Well, the staff is said, the employee, when they have problems, they
No.
come.
Who came up with the approval in relation to salary advancement?
Well, I found it there, but the approval comes from when the staff will apply, take it to the CEO, and the CEO approves it, comes to me, and I process it on it.
But you found the system there.
Yeah, I found it there.
How about the area council itself contracting loans from financial institutions?
Concern loans?
Yes. Do you know of any?
No, not any loans.
Okay. During your time in 2020, do you know whether there were any consultants retained or lawyers retained that were being paid from the council coffers?
What, you mean the consultants?
Consultants or lawyers or advisors who were retained by council and were paid from council's funds?
Well, you know, KMC they have lawyers. And
Yes.
whenever they provide service, they get paid.
Who are these lawyers?
I think it's Sengor Law Firm.
Senghor Law Firm.
Yeah, something like that.
Just one?
Huh?
Just Senghor Law Firm?
That's as far as I know, she was the only one.
So it's only one.
Yeah.
The other issue is there should have been an internal audit unit.
Yes. Yes.
In 2020, was there one?
Yes, they were there. Yeah.
Now, were all payments being scrutinized by the internal audit? I mean, all payments?
Yeah, they do. They do their work. They do. In fact, there was an occasion where they found out some.
Or were all payments in your department that you authorize?
Yes.
Were they also cross-checked by the internal audit? Do you know?
Yes, exactly. Before, in fact, we proceed, it's taken to the internal audit for approval.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all payments go through internal audit too. Yeah.
What is the relationship between your office and procurement?
When?
Your office and procurement, what is the relationship between the finance department and procurement?
Well, procurement, they only bring most of the bills, the LPOs, whatever needs to be paid, they bring it and assess our bank accounts. If we have enough money, we pay it.
All right. The last question probably I have for you is, in your statement, you have discussed the issue of the Mbalit project.
Yeah.
You look at your statement of the 4th of May 2023. I think it's the first, second, third paragraph, where you said on the issue of loan, when I joined the council in 2020, I did not find any loan at the council. The major loan I found at the council was the Mbalit loan, and KMC was paying it to Ajib Bank. Are you with your statement, sir?
Yes, I have it, yeah.
Based on the agreement for the Mbalit project, it was a bit completed. Did you mean complete or complicated?
It should be complicated.
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 I thought so as well. I thought as much. Do you want to edit that?
Well, you know.
I mean, do you want to sign? You just write complicated instead of completed,
Yeah.
and you sign against it. We will give you
should
the
be
exhibit itself.
Complicated, yeah.
We will give you, the registrar is coming to give you the exhibit that is tendered. So just read through the exhibit, and you can do the correction and sign against it.
Complicated.
You've seen that? No, you just hold on a minute. I think there's another one as well.
Yes.
You turn to the next page. We also have another completed. You said the married project was so completed, and I never wanted Ajib to take advantage of it.
That should be complicated too.
Complicated. Please do the correction. Now, Honorable Chairperson, the witness, Dr. Keita,
Yes.
Corrected the two words in his statement dated the 4th of May 2023. The first is on the last paragraph of the first page, which reads, initially it was a bit completed, and I said to myself that we need to involve one Jim Gay at Espas Motors. And he had said in the commission it was a bit complicated. If you turn to the next page, we also have a correction that the witness was made in open hearing. It said the Malit project was so completed, and I never wanted Ajib to take advantage of the council. It reads, going by the witness's testimony, that the Malit project was so complicated. We applied that the corrections be granted by the chairperson.
The application is granted.
Thank you very much. Now, on this issue, what do you mean when you say it was a bit complicated, and it was so complicated, the Malik project?
Well, it's not like how I know you apply for a loan, and you are given collaterals or whatever security should be there, and the terms of payment and all those things. And I was going through it, and how much I was trying to assess how much interest, the duration of the loan, and how much interest should be paid. But I was trying to figure out, and I couldn't find pieces, trying to find pieces together. And I even went to the mayor, but I think they already arranged it before I came. So the mayor wanted me to, I don't want to get involved in it, so I just left it alone.
What, you went to the mayor to do what, or to tell him what?
No, I wanted not the bank to take advantage of KMC.
Okay.
That was my main concern. But since the mayor and the others, this thing was done in their presence. Okay. They know what they are doing. So when I see that probably I shouldn't interfere, I just back off.
You just back off.
Yeah.
What did he tell you in your conversation with the mayor?
Well, you know, the conversation with the mayor was very brief. I went to the extent of inviting the Espas Motors, the representative, Jim Gay, you know. But later on, it was decided that we can just leave it as it is, because probably.
What did the mayor tell you?
No, the mayor just told me to, leave it alone.
The mayor told you to leave it like that?
Yeah, to leave it, because.
Are these your words? The mayor told you to leave it like that?
Yeah, I think they are satisfied with it.
You are?
I think they are satisfied with the arrangement, that's why.
Yes, but he told you to leave it like that?
Well, it's nothing big about it.
Come again, sir?
Probably they are satisfied with what what has been offered to them.
No, but I just want to get the evidence that he told you to leave it like that.
Yeah. No,
Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, he told me to. He didn't want. We didn't want to proceed. I mean, it's not necessary since they are satisfied with what is there.
No, I get that part clearly. I get the part that the mayor does not want to go ahead with that discussion.
Me and Mayor, we work together. We all want something good for KMC.
Yes.
So if I feel that he is satisfied with it, then I'll back off.
Yes, but I want to hear the statement that he told you. You backing off will indicate that, like you said, that your suggestion or your concerns were not really taken seriously because you have already felt that they've already dealt with this issue. They didn't want to go back to it. They don't want to discuss it.
Yes.
Now, you said he told you to just leave it like that.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Now, let me read your statement, what you have. He said, based on the agreement, that is the first page of the statement dated the 4th of May 2023, the last paragraph, first, second, third, fourth line. No, let me just read the entire statement. The entire paragraph, in the fourth paragraph, third paragraph, sorry, first page of the statement of the 4th of May 2023. It says, on the issue of loan, when I joined the council in 2020, I did not find any loan at the council. Now, the major loan I found at the council was the Mbalit loan, and KMC was paying it to Ajib Bank. Based on the agreement for Mbalit project, it was a bit complicated. And I said to myself that we need to involve one Jim Gay at Espas Motors, and consulted Mayor Bensouda about it. But he told me to leave it as it is. Now, when I went through the agreement of the project, the mode of servicing the Mbalit project was so complicated, I never wanted Ajib to take advantage of the council. Now, the Mbalit project could be best described as a special agreement between the council and Ajib Bank, because the garbage trucks were probably used as collateral. I understand that the garbage trucks were overpriced from the information I had from CEO Martin Sonko at the time when he was invited as at Paradise in special morning show Panderi. Now, we will not go further than what I'm going to ask you regarding the Mbalit project, because you're going to be called subsequently to deal with this issue. Now, just as a way of summary, based on your expertise, you've read a document, the agreement, you are highly qualified, this is what you do, this is what your job is, you're well trained. You look at it, you said, no, this is not a good agreement. This doesn't make sense, or this is probably very complicated. Can you now break down that experience you had going through the document regarding how complicated it was, why you think it was not really, it may not have served the best interest? Can you please break that down to the Commission?
For me personally, as I said before, I wanted to save the council some money.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that they are not overcharged, and that, everything is to their advantage.
Yes.
But after seeing the whole thing, I was not there, and as I said before, me and Mayor, we work together for the good of the council. If he feels that it's good for the way it is, I back off.
No, now the back it off was done some years ago. Now we are back to discuss why you backed off, but we were back as well to discuss the complicated nature of the agreement, that you sense some of the key things that you have sensed, which we think really should really be revisited, which I want you to discuss.
With all due respect, I don't want to get involved in this Mbali because I was never there when it started.
No, you have to.
And I don't.
You have to. You are on an obligation.
I was there after time. During my time, but what I'm trying to say.
Again, you have to. You don't have a choice. I don't want to use these words. Just wait a minute. I don't want to use these words. You don't have a discretion, but I just don't like using these words. I think, let me just say, in a more nicer language, when duty of care, you owe the people you serve duty of care based on what you've experienced and what you really can say. There's a hearing. It's a hearing. So,
yes, may I come in here? Dr. Keita, do you have the documentation for these transactions, and particularly the agreement that you're talking about?
Which,
yes, this.
to the Mbali project?
Yes.
No, I don't have them.
You don't have?
I don't have them. Actually, I think my deputy has all the paperwork on this. My deputy, ex-deputy, Sheriff Njai.
Sheriff Njai.
He has all the documentation for it.
Yes, but these are transactions for and on behalf of the council, right?
Yes, these were transactions that were.
And these documents should be available at the council, right?
It should be, yeah. But only some people have access to it, some people don't have.
But, Doctor, as a director of finance,
yes,
of an institution as big as KMC,
yes,
do you think there should be any documents that you should not have access to?
No, actually,
as the director of finance?
Actually, I should. Even I asked for it.
Yes, so now please write down and take note.
Yes.
You understand? You have been requested
by
the commission to provide all of these documents.
All the documents. Documents to that. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, Council, you may proceed.
Back to the question I asked before. What was complicated that you found in the agreement?
What did I?
What was complicated?
As I said, it's not the normal loan that I know of that banks will issue.
Yes.
You know, I think, as I said, it may be a special project. It's a special arrangement between the council and Espas Motors.
Yes.
You know, and the method of payment is not like other loans where you have fixed payments every month.
Okay.
You know, these payments they vary.
Okay.
You know, yeah, some certain points you pay certain amount of probably something like that. So all those things are, for me, I'm not used to, as I said, just not the normal, this thing that happened. But it may have been arranged in a way to favor.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it may have been arranged in a way for to help the council, so the trucks can operate and pick up the waste collection.
Now, going back to this question, you have had chance to review the agreement, correct? How was the repayment done at the level of the council that you know of? As Director of Finance, how was this repayment done?
How the payment was done?
From the council, how are you prepaying this loan?
Well, there is because first of all, the waste trucks are not bringing in enough money to pay for themselves.
Okay.
Because this is a non-profit institution. We're there to serve the community.
Yes.
So that's why even charging the waste, collect your waste, is only $10 or something like that.
Yes.
So we try to, the amount we collect from that, we gather it until probably it goes up to 4 million.
Yes.
And then the KMC main account, we try to get some money from there, add it, and then make the payment.
All right.
Yeah.
So, do you know the accounts you are making payment to?
Huh?
Your time as Director of Finance, which account were you repaying the loan to?
Yeah. It's paid to the Mbalit loan account at Ajib Bank.
Mbalit loan account?
Yeah.
At the bank?
Yeah.
But the monies that I used to pay were from the monies that you generated in the Mbalit project?
Yeah.
And also
from the KMC main account.
From KMC main account as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, like I said, we will discuss this issue further.
Okay.
Subsequently. Now, do you maintain your time a revenue account an account specifically for revenue. Do you have that? I believe the Finance and Audit Act requires that there must be a revenue account. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, all revenues are accounted for.
They are accounted for?
Yeah.
It's different from having a revenue account. An account just for the deposit of revenue, that's different.
All revenue collected from the sources are accounted for.
In how many bank accounts?
We have.
When you were there in 2020, how many bank accounts was council operating?
Well, when I came to KMC, they probably have maybe 7 or 8 accounts.
Okay.
And we try to limit our operation, our transactions with few banks, maybe about 5 or 6 of them. And other banks, we tried. You know, the council, even before I came there, I'm sure even many times, they have accounts all over the places. Myself, I had to, the mayor even advised me to make sure to contact all the banks here in the Gambia, basically.
Yes.
To find out whether KMC have accounts there. Because I'm sure when he came there too, he found accounts were all over the place.
Yes.
So I tried to contact the banks to verify whether we have any accounts there,
yes,
which have been dormant or whatever. And the ones I was able to find out, that's the ones we try to, if they are dormant, whatever amount is there, we try to transfer it to our other accounts, the accounts that we use more frequently.
So eventually, how many accounts were there in council when you came in 2020?
Probably 7 or 8 accounts.
7 or 8. Can you provide us with a detail or list of the accounts that you found in council in 2020 and the accounts that were operated from 2020 to 2021 when you were Director of Finance?
Yeah, I can provide that.
Yes, please. List that. I asked this because section part 2 of the Local Government Finance and Audit Act 2004, section 3, where you have Council Development Fund. Requires that there certain accounts must be kept. Certain accounts must be kept. Now, if you don't have a copy, I will request that you be given a copy, so that you follow what I am saying or reading from. It says, you find it on page 6. You're there with me? Are we together?
What page are you talking?
Page 6, part 2, where you have funds, budget, and accounts of councils.
Yes.
Section 3 says a council shall keep a council development fund into which may I please have water to drink?
Yeah.
I'm Honorable Registrar. A council shall keep a council development fund into which all revenue generated by the council shall be paid. You see that?
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
B, from which all liabilities failing to be discharged by the council shall be discharged. See that?
Council is falling, it's not failing.
You see, failing to be discharged by the council shall be discharged.
Can you please check that again, Council?
Failing.
It's failing.
Yes. Did I say falling? I don't know what I'm reading from. Failing to be discharged by the council shall be discharged. And 2, a council shall keep a general fund account of all receipts credited to and payments made out of which shall contain all the council development fund. So you see this?
Yes.
What do you understand by this?
Well, KMC, we have.
What do you understand first? What do you understand by what I've just read in the Finance and Audit Act 2004 for local government?
What they are simply telling us,
yes,
we maintain accounts the operational accounts, where deposits are made and withdrawals are made.
Yes.
Yeah. So the thing is, we don't have only one single account that's doing all that stuff.
Yes.
Yes, we have probably 3 or 2 main accounts that we operate with.
Yes.
We do what's described here.
Yes.
I see. But the bottom line is, if all the receipts, if all the revenue is recorded correctly,
yes,
and the withdrawals are recorded correctly, that's the main purpose of it.
And if the what?
We don't necessarily have to open only one single account.
I'm not saying you have to have one single account.
No, I'm just saying, according to this.
Yes, according to the law is saying that, from what I understand, when it comes to the development fund,
yeah,
that's where you deposit all revenue generated, and from which all liabilities failing to be discharged by the council shall be discharged.
Yes.
So you are saying, no, this is not feasible.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying that this does not necessarily mean that we have to open only one account.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you have 2 accounts that are really primarily for revenue, for your revenue and also to discharge liability.
Yes.
If you have 2,
we have a record of all of them.
No, not the record. We know that the accounts you keep.
Yeah.
For instance, there is nothing like the council development fund in which you have only revenue generated being paid into.
Yeah.
You don't have this structure, do you?
You know, as I said,
first,
if
whether
we
you
have that.
wait a minute. Let me help you out. First, you answer the question, and you can now tell us why there is no structure like this, specifically in accordance with the dictates of the law.
The thing is, I don't know, when this thing was prepared, probably they failed to realize that banking institutions cannot necessarily only have one account.
Man, that's probably may not be why we're here as
because,
well.
yes, I mean, we have to spread. There are certain times when the council may run into problems.
They may run into?
There's sometimes the financial problem. They may have revenue issues, they cannot pay their bills. But we can help, we are allowed to get help from banks.
No, but that is what the law says. Yeah. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
That's what the law says. I mean, is it not also correct that when you have designated accounts, even if you have more than one account specifically for revenue and the discharge of liability, then it's easy to do proper auditing in those accounts. When you do your bank reconciliations and your financial statements, you would be able to be in the position to know exactly how much you've generated.
Yes.
You'll be able to provide a clear picture as to what the revenue and the liabilities of the bank of the area council is or are. Exactly. Is that not what this is trying to cure, that defect?
Yes, exactly. Even if we have 4 accounts.
Yes.
Right? And we make a deposit in accounts today, tomorrow, another bank, another stuff.
Right.
As long as they are recorded correctly, and the liabilities and the pay, everything is recorded properly.
But you don't have that.
We do have that.
No, you don't have 4 accounts specifically for revenue generated to be paid into and liabilities. Those accounts are also multi-purpose accounts. They're used for other things as well. That is my point.
Yeah, but
do you see what the picture I'm trying to paint here?
Yeah,
you don't have that. You don't have any account, not even one, that is specifically for revenue generation and
paying in revenues. What
you
are trying to tell me? We have to get a specific account where only revenues will go in and no withdrawal will be done.
And liabilities being discharged in accordance with what the Financial Act says. I'm not the one saying it.
Yeah, but if, for example, I mean...
No, do you understand that's what the Financial Manual says? And in your case, even if you have 2 accounts doing this purpose, that may even be justifiable. What I'm saying is you can't operate an institution where you have no account, even 1 or 2, that is purely serving this requirement.
Yes. Well, one thing for sure, we have a record of all the revenues that go in
and come out.
And that come out.
And those same accounts will also be multiple accounts as well.
Yeah, it's different account. We use different about
yes.
4 or 5. Yes.
That is against the Finance and Audit Act. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, you're right.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And you have an obligation to follow the Finance and Audit Act?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, I mean, I could write for them to amend it because.
Did you write for them to amend it?
I could write for them to amend it.
Did you write for them to amend it?
Yeah.
Did you write?
No, I did not.
Until you do
that. Probably I will.
Until you do that, follow the law, doctor.
Yeah.
Is that not the case? Yeah. Until you do that, follow the law. You know why it's important. If you look at the financial manual, for instance, and you look at the introductory notes, it tells you that you cannot deviate from accounting principles unless and until they are approved. Yeah. Do you see that? Right?
Yeah. The thing is, sometimes when these things are written and they are not.
Let me read to you what it says.
After how many years? After 10 or some years, things change.
That's not my fault. It's not my fault. Like you said, write and change it. Yeah. Page 7 of the financial manual says, now it says recommendation on amendments of the financial manual and accounting manuals. Yeah. No new instructions, addition or amendment to any existing provision in the manual shall have any force until passed by a resolution of the council members in consultation with the Secretary of State and issued as a circular or amendment slip, a copy of which shall be made available to every accounting officer of the local government authority. You see this? So it tells you regarding trying to deviate from what you have. Do you see that? Yeah. I'm talking to you. Well. Do you see that?
I've seen it. Probably.
Yes, I have. Yeah. Dr. Keita.
Yes.
The Local Government Finance and Audit Act of 2004. Is it a legislation that you are supposed to comply with?
2004, the one we have.
The one that you have been referred to, particularly the Part 2.
Yes.
Which talks about funds, budget, accounts of council.
Yes.
Is it a legislation that you are supposed to comply with fully in the execution of your duty as Director of Finance?
Yeah, we're supposed to comply.
You're supposed to comply with it. Yeah. And you haven't had the opportunity to read the provision, particularly Section 3.
Yeah.
What impression does this section give to you? Is it a discretional provision or a mandatory provision?
Well, since it is here, it's probably...
No. Let's just get this one first before you explain. Your understanding, I want your understanding of what Section 3 is saying.
Yeah.
Is it a discretional provision? Or is it a mandatory provision where you are supposed to comply fully without having recourse to use discretion in the implementation of what is provided for in Section 3?
It is mandatory.
It is mandatory. Thank you so much. Council, you may proceed.
So, Doctor, as an expert in this area, you may have difference of opinion, correct?
I don't have it.
You may have difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Or difference in opinion.
Exactly, yeah.
And based on your expertise as an accountant or an economist, whichever the case applies, would you expect to put this in writing? That this particular policy is not applicable or may not be in the best interest and so you want to deviate? Have you had cause to do that?
As I said before...
have you had cause to do that? It's a direct question that you have to answer. Then you can explain to us. Have you had reason to write, to seeking to deviate from a particular accounting principle?
Yeah, these things here, that's what I'm saying. I said if I have to write for it to be amended, it does not necessarily mean that we should have a single account.
No,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I am asking you a question. You haven't answered that yet.
Yeah.
Where, as an expert, you want to deviate from a particular accounting principle, have you ever had cause to write and seek and explain your policies as to why you want to deviate?
No, I never.
You've never had that cause to do that. All right. So we've talked about financial statements that you are to bring once you are done from testifying today. So the accounts you've kept, there were no new accounts that were opened in the 1 year you served as Director of Finance?
The accounts that were?
There were no new accounts opened? No.
No. No, sir, no.
What is the approving procedure when it comes to monies that are to be paid to either suppliers or contractors or thereabout? So how are approvals made?
Well, we with the few operational accounts we have, probably 2 or 3.
Yes.
We assess how much we have in the accounts.
Yes.
And we pay any account that's having sufficient amount to pay certain bills. That's what we go by. We draw a check on that account.
Now, for instance, when it comes to paying a contractor, for instance, what procedure is followed?
Yeah, we pay them by check or by transfer.
Who signs?
Yeah, the CEO and myself.
Who decides? Who has the ultimate decision?
Who has?
The ultimate decision to decide whether payment is approved or not, the approval authority.
Well, CEO is the chief accounting officer.
Okay.
And,
is there any limit?
Huh?
Is there any limit? Any ceiling that, for instance, up to this amount the CEO approves, up to a certain amount the mayor approves? Do you have that in council when you were the Director of Finance in 2020?
Well, when I was there, because the mayor was very concerned about certain things,
yes,
to make sure everything is in order.
Yes.
So amounts that are above 100,000,
yes,
he wants me to show it to him first.
To show the invoice?
Yes, I do show him the invoice. Yeah, 100,000, above 100,000.
So the mayor is aware of all payments for amounts above 100,000.
Yeah, I show him amounts over 100,000.
Over $100,000. Yes. Right. Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, I think the documents you have been asked to bring, I mean, it includes your appointment letter as well and your confirmation letter. You have the list.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
Please compare the list with the registrar, and then when we write to you to come back and testify, we'll want you to bring those documents as well.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Any questions for this witness? Oh, wait a minute, Honorable Chairperson. I beg your pardon. I forgot to ask the witness about the budget for 2020-2021. The budget for 2020-2021.
You want that one too?
Yes,
right?
yes, please.
Mbadi unu badi lamay lalo ani mbadi njibe lalo ntolle o jibe nyola ntolle o nyola menkera Dr. Aliou Keita me alon ko atelemu finance director di Carnegie Municipal Council atela sedero ka wonyama ya nyirinka ku jamala menu jabi ya nyirinka kaytolu fananda min alon ko yetandala ko aso kaytolu asol fanna ani dinkiraadul kaja min alon ko yetandala ko woldol be jebe murana kotenkel kana wol kaja mbadul nim fudana nyen tembodo don ngal tentu ngal jayi bake alla lamar ku nyimala anin alla jibel ku nyimala bara alkana nyina ko maral kana be nyim banko la mobe koko kala banko kan ron se kato be ke ngade maral kana fone mutana jang nyaatu do manding ala bara
baadiŋolu nkañinde fo waatolu bee la de nko juloolu siyata le bari ka minnu fankumandi juloo la wolu lemu juloolu ti ñine ye saabu jula finance limited iniŋ kukuto le naata ka lafaaroo ke la serviceoo la ñiŋ kamma la ke la kiliyaanolu dahandi wo lafaaroo wo lemu ñinti ko afro express services be daawoda kabiriŋ kaatoŋ fo koy na niŋ ye je daawoda niŋ ye a tara i kodoo kiyana niŋ jula finance le la i se dunnoo je le i ye la kodoo taa bari hani sayin doroŋ niŋ wotal la maafaŋo la guarantee trust bank be daawoda alsa alla kodo tano jele Reliance Financial Services ani Easy Finance Limited mini yalon koy bale banko kan bare fanan tolu jula finance na kunda bale banko karo bele wala badi ngola a daha natale wala sign nali aje drong Afro Express kabirin Westfield kata fokoina ali aje dawoda aldung ali alla jula finance kodota Jura Finance e kofana na lafta bank account odi yalla ya taralbe biti merewde ali feroke ani ya kacha andum fana alila apodi jindi ali download nyinka mala ise kodo kino wati diate ila moye Gambia jang bare manna da wala fana ni lafta credit kola nyin network on bebe Gambia wala ni lafta cash power kila moye Gambia nka nyimbe kalele wala Jura Finance ntolo fana mu nyonta wonleti tonya banko julolu siatale bare julolu nyaton kolo wala mun tolti Jira Finance Limited.
Menbe Kering. Nkafo wala nyama.
Badi nyinde atebe kodi ma bade te meyaron ko Home Digital FM 99.9 ani Menbe Kering TV wala nyin sabale na atol mini yaron ko alka safaro leke fir fewon le bal buda lafta kabin kankula ning alnata Home Digital FM jamu kankular bundal te dami yaron ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalong eka fengo mi wafi anika ma minna ando manna da wala atul mini alon ko project ko bale bulu Gambia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole jim project ko kalamuta janne mudulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami yalon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami yalon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online TV ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ise ku jama lonje nteludun mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kilimoti wala munna lo kankuoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220-779-4475 wala plus 220-734-3125 hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsen na WhatsApp commandi nole plus 44-77-16-76-759 wala Menbe Kering nka fo wala nyama andum fanan nka ke wala nyama